What is up, conscious monkeys? Welcome back to another episode of Traveling to Consciousness. As always, I'm your host, Clayton Kuteri, and I am back in the States. I am back from India. I know you did not hear my voice for majority of January. I hope you're okay with that. I also plan to be getting back to updating and uploading these twice per week. Just been a lot of things going on, but it's not an excuse. I've been adding things to the plate, but I need to keep the other things moving. So hold me accountable. I need to hold myself accountable. I need to find a way to hold myself accountable with uploading these twice per week. But I have a crazy story to tell you. Honestly, I have so many crazy stories to tell you guys. Some of them, honestly, people may find crazy. If you've ever read the book Autobiography of a Yogi, those types of stories I experienced over the last month, over the last 26 days. They've been nothing short of absolutely insane. Some of them, if spoken out of context, would probably make me seem insane. For sure. But there is one story that I think I will share. Because it's just one of those stories where it seems like there's too many things for it to not be legitimate. Or it at least opens your mind to something crazier going on in this world. Or at least opens your mind to the power that exists within all of us. So here's how the story begins. It was me, my guru, and another one of his disciples. And we were sitting, doing a little bit of a meditation. He's guiding us, telling us things to do with our arms, breathing exercises. We're listening to music. And at a certain point, he has us just sit still. And nothing's going through my head. I am very much in that place of no mind, which is such a beautiful place to be if you've never been there. But, and if you've never been there, reach out to me because I will show you a couple meditation techniques for free that will help you out. But shoot me a DM. But we're sitting there. We're in the place of no mind. And my guru says, connect with the music. And whenever I heard this, in this instant, this time, it was a deeper connection to the music than I've ever experienced. Where I kind of saw it and felt the music as much as I heard it. So what I kind of saw, and whenever I'm speaking about seeing in this context, it's with my third eye. Maybe it's astrally. I guess astrally is probably how I'm seeing it. It's not physical. Just so we're clear for this entire story. So he says connect with the music. I close my eyes. My eyes are closed. I connect with the music. And I see this rainbow-esque, multi-dimensional colors. Because rainbow doesn't even do it justice. Streaming out from the computer in the form of musical notes, hitting my body and vibrating my astral, my aura. Now, guys, stick with me here. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but this story is going to get even crazier. And I have some things at the end that validate this story for me. That says that I'm not 100% going crazy. I'm probably a little bit crazy, but not 100% at least. So the musical notes are hitting my aura, and I'm seeing it blend into my aura. And at the same time, I start thinking like, oh, like, I wonder if I can just stop these notes from hitting me. Or like, what if the music ended? And when I thought that, instantly, the music stopped coming and I couldn't hear it anymore. And my aura just sat still. And it kind of freaked me out for a second. I was like, wait, what? And then in that instant, brief instant, I started hearing the music again. And it started hitting my aura astrally. So that kind of tripped me out. But then it got me thinking, okay, I wonder if I can hear things that my physical ears cannot hear. So I was doing this meditation with 2 other people. And I was like, I wonder if I can hear their heartbeats. Next thing you know, toof, 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 toof. I could hear both of their heartbeats. Now, a portion of me almost resisted this, if you will. It's like, okay, maybe I'm just making it up in my mind. Possibly. And then I focused in on people who were in the other room. I could hear their voices, but I tried to focus in on their footsteps, which I could not physically hear. And the next thing I knew is astrally, maybe, I don't know what dimension you call this, I could hear their footsteps. And again, this was kind of in this realm of like, am I making this up or is this legitimate? So I relaxed, I let go, surrendered, all the fun buzzwords, but legit buzzwords that are very important. And I thought, okay, let me go for something deep in the distance, right? And this sound and image came to me of this tiger in a forest, kind of just standing there, and then he had a growl. Rawr. Probably didn't sound exactly like that, but that was close. I know that was really close. I've been working on my tiger growl. And I could just see it. I can still see it as I close my eyes right now. And I started laughing. I was like, there's no way I just saw this tiger. But as quickly as I thought that I didn't see him, I realized that I knew the direction he was relative to me, and I knew it was about 100 kilometers in this direction. And I couldn't stop laughing after this, because I was just like, where's this information coming from? Like, there's no way that this is legit. Like, I have to be making this up. There's no way that this could be legit. So the meditation keeps going. Eventually it ends. It comes to an end. And we started talking about it afterwards. My guru's like, saw you were laughing. Like, what were you laughing about? And I explained to them everything that I just explained to you of what I experienced. And he goes, yeah, you were experiencing a heightened form of the sound dimension. A heightened form of the sound dimension. Now, speaking about dimensions, this is a whole study that I will study, a whole thing to investigate, which I will need to break down in a completely different podcast. But the short of it is that humans operate within 108 dimensions. And the dimensions that we're most familiar with are taste, touch, sight, sound, smell. I think those are the 5. Was that 5? I think I said 5. So what he said is that he opened up my hearing dimension, like amplified it or something like that. I can't exactly articulate it perfectly. Again, I'm still a novice at all this. And so I was like, okay, I want to believe you. I didn't say this out loud, but just in my head, I'm like, but I don't know what to believe at this point. And so then, we started talking about the tiger, and I was like, yeah, it was like 100 kilometers in that direction. And he goes, pull up Google Maps. I'm like, what? He goes, pull up Google Maps and look at what's 100 kilometers in that direction. I'm like, what in the world is he going to show me? Am I going to see a tiger here? Like, what Was there a tiger statue? Like, what's going on in that direction? So I look up what's in that direction, 100 kilometers. And on Google Maps, 100 kilometers between, let me rephrase that, between, I think, like 80 kilometers and 120 kilometers, there was a tiger reserve in that exact direction. I don't know what to even think of that. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah, like, this is what happened. This is what's there. And I'm kind of just in amazement by this. Like, did I really hear a tiger 100 kilometers away growling? I mean, talk about a superpower. And then, this is not even the height of it, right? And then, some time goes by. And actually, brief intermission. We'll get to what happened that even verified this almost even a little bit more. But he showed me then a movie, because movies are a great way. Let's be real here. Movies are an excellent way to understand what's going on in different spiritual dimensions. I don't even know how to properly articulate that. But he showed me a movie that was about Dracula, I think it was called. And there's a moment where the character gets heightened abilities. So like heightened sound, heightened eyesight, heightened all these things. And my guru was basically like, this is possible. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. The caveat is that in the movie, the guy does a blood sacrifice and basically gambles his life for these heightened abilities. And my guru pointed out is that you can go the shortcut way and it's very dangerous, or you can take the long route, which is much safer and gives you much more control. And so I was like, okay, yeah, let's keep going the long route. So go check out Dracula if you want to see kind of a version of this. But let's get into the next part of this story that blew me away. And this, for me, solidified it. I don't know what you need for this type of story to be legitimate for you, but for me, this part solidified it. The next day, we're driving to the airport, and the disciple, myself, and are in the back seat of the car going towards the airport. And this is like just as I'm leaving. And we're talking, and it gets to a point where he's like, he says something, and he brings up the tiger again. And he's like, oh, yeah, like the tiger, like its roar was pretty ferocious, right? And I kind of laughed, and I was like, oh, yeah, I was like, kinda. He's like, was it killing something? I was like, no, but I don't know what it was. I was like, hold on. And I like close my eyes and I reconnect with the roar. And instantly I knew it was 100 kilometers away. Instantly, I knew that it was a mating call. And I turned to him and I was like, actually, he was roaring as like a mating call. He's like, huh? And he's like, that's weird. I'm like, yeah, pull out your phone. I go search when tigers. I don't know if I said lions earlier. I apologize. I said lions. I said, pull out your phone. See where tigers. See when their mating season is. He's like, okay. So he pulls out a phone, types into Google, tiger mating season, South India, presses enter. First thing that pops up, tiger mating season in South India. From November to April. From November to April. And of course this happened last month in January. Well, last week. So this is how much data I was able to pull from this roar. I don't know what you make of that. I don't know how you verify that more than those two instances right there. If you need more data points, I don't know how I could give it to you. I'm thinking into it, and I wonder truly how much data my brain, my mind, my body connected with in that moment. Like, could I have actually known the tiger's age? Could I have known what he ate for breakfast the last time he ate? Like, is all that information available to me? Part of me wants to say yeah. But I don't know how you validate something like that. I don't know. I just find that was one of the crazy things that happened to me that I experienced in the last 26 days. And that's just a tip of the iceberg. Some of the things that I won't even be able to share with you guys just because you almost can't put them into a story. But here's the deal. Over time, I'm going to distill more of these stories out, more of the information, more of the knowledge to you guys. Because that's what this is all about, is getting the knowledge out there to people so that you can experience these things for yourself. That's a whole part of the campaign, is to educate people so that you can experience these things that, I don't know, are considered superpowers. But to me, it feels like everyone can do this. You just have to have the right guru, I guess. Or at least know someone who knows this. I don't know. I'm a loss for words. I'm still just experiencing, still just learning. But I at least want to put this out there as, I don't know. I've had my own experience of autobiography of a yogi type thing. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I am getting back to doing podcast interviews. I've got one lined up tomorrow. So hopefully that should be releasing by Monday. Life is crazy in a good way. I've got a ton of responsibilities, and keeping you guys up to date with all of them is one of those responsibilities. So with that being said, I love every single one of you so much. And if I do not get the chance to meet you in this reality, I know that I will get a chance to meet you in the 6th dimension.